Alright, what everyone's been waiting for, BLUELOCK's final salaries have finally got revealed, and wow, they are just crazy. All top 23 players that will make Japan's U20 team, and all eliminated players as well. I want to cover every single player and my thoughts on them, whether they got a correct salary or if it's a Mickey Mouse charity salary, as well as talk about the eliminated players, my thoughts on them. I'm sure everyone knows by now, but there is a huge player that got eliminated and some other well-known characters as well. This is what the Neo Egoist League has been building up to this whole time. We finally got our final salaries, so let's get into it. So starting off with what we know already, Isagi and Rin tied at the #1 spot with 240 million. This was controversial at the time, but honestly, I could care less by now. Like, yeah, #1 means #1 and not tied, but it seems like Kaneshiro, the author, is setting up the #1 talented learner and #1 genius with Isagi and Rin. These 2 out of 4 players are the only ones with the confirmed club at the moment, with Isagi having a Bastard Munin offer and Rin having a Real offer. Obviously, Real having Itoshi Sai there, and maybe even Kaiser if he keeps his salary. I'm assuming we'll find out in a bit. With those 2 at the #1 spot, that means 2 slots were taken, so there is no #2. I saw a lot of people confused on that. We jump immediately to #3 with Shido Ryusei. Having 160 million, the Zesty Demon is now at #3. This was also a pretty controversial one, simply because he beat out Barou and Shido only scored 1 goal in this match. He got blocked by Kunigami for over 20 chapters, which is a half a year in real time, and then did a few passes and blocks. So people think it's Mickey Mouse to get 60 million increase for that. I think it is a little high for what Shido did in PXG. However, there are some explanations, like Shido is the only bid from PXG, which is confirmed. If Rin is going to Real, they're gonna go with their second option, which of course is Shido. Also, salaries aren't entirely based on goals only. Flashiness or how the goal was made also matters. And we know Shido scores some flashy goals. Now, whether or not you like that salary system or you think that's how the salary system should be is your choice. That's just how it is though. Shido at #3, and that means Barou is at #4 with 150 million. He played all his games in Ubers, so he couldn't increase and got beat out by Shido. Now, Barou has 7 goals, which, yeah, 150 million for 7 goals, and probably everything else he did in the match is kind of sad, but I think that was just a problem with the writing. They wanted to hype him up as 100 million and then gave him 150 million to make him tied with Isagi, or maybe it could just be accurate because he has a team supporting him for the goals. I don't know. I'll leave that up to y'all in the comments to debate. I think personally, in a team environment, I personally still take Barou over Shido, but again, salaries are based on other factors like flashiness. So yeah, Shido over Barou in terms of salaries. Now, those salaries we already knew by now, but now we're getting into the unknown ones, which means we can jump into everyone else's salaries, the top 23, and who got eliminated. Coming in at #5 is Bachura with 120 million. To no one's surprise, really, he carried Barcha, and it's good to see him have a high salary like this. This last game, he got 2 goals and 1 assist, which is a really good performance. He got a 41 million increase for that, which is low-key robbery. I feel like they should have increased him a little bit more for those stats. Whatever, though, he's still at #5, which is a good placing for him. He's followed at #6 by Chigiri with 90 million, so a 35 million increase. He scored a goal in the last game. Chigiri is kind of Manshine's saving grace as well, so I can see them bidding high for him individually. Much deserved. Now, #7 may come as a shock to you, but this is Mikage Reo with a 78 million salary, so a 38 million increase. Reo scored a goal this match, gave an assist, and he was showing off new skills because this was his first goal in the NEL. I think Reo is criminally underrated. Top 7 is a pretty crazy placing. It's probably deserved though. He's like a top 10 player, especially after his awakening. #8 is Kunigami with 66 million, a 16 million increase from PXG. Now, this low-key might be robbery simply because he blocked Shido the whole game and gave an assist to Isagi. It kind of just sucks. Kunigami is the confirmed lowest of the Egoist 4 in terms of salaries. Bro literally came back from the wild card just to still get beat by those 4. #9 is Atoya with 63 million. After his super goal against Prince, he increased by 22 million. I think this is good for him because he really proved himself recently. At 10th place is Aiku. He played all his games in Ubers. Pretty solid placing for him. He is a top 10 player as well. 11 is Karasu at 55 million, a 20 million increase from PXG. He was the most useful behind Rin, Shido, and Charles while unlocking Metavision, so it makes sense. 12 is Gagamaru, who got 50 million. Very surprising, actually, an 18 million increase for only 1 block in PXG. It might be a little too high. However, Gagamaru is the GOAT, so I'm not complaining. This is a good spot for him. 13th is Ryu at 45 million. He played in Ubers. I think this is solid. He did good during their game and can't increase anymore. Rank 14 is Yukimiya at 42 million, a 6 million increase for the last game. Honestly, he kind of just came onto the pitch, dribbled past everyone, and got one shot attempt off. I don't really know if you would give that 6 million, but I guess so. He's safe, so I don't think it really matters that much. Nico is at number 15, played all his games in Ubers, strong performance from him. Hiyori ends up at 16th. Now, I think Hiyori, for playing 2 games and getting 39 million, is decent. I do think he should be higher from that last game, though. He no-diffed Karasu at the end, set up plays for Isagi, and was hitting a lot of passes. Still, 39 million is solid, so I can't really say much. Sendo is at 37 million. He scored a goal in the last Ubers game, so he's safe. It does make sense. I saw a lot of people say Sendo shouldn't make it, but he scored a goal, did decent in the Ubers formation too, so it's deserved compared to other players that actually did get eliminated. Corona is at number 18, 35 million. Bro literally did nothing in PXG and only got a 1 million increase. Yeah, it does make sense. Zansetsu actually makes it through at number 19. He made it with 33 million, so a 10 million increase. I did predict that he would, especially since he started to turn up at the end, so it's deserved. All right, we're really heading towards the end of the top 23 players. Number 20 is Fukaku again. Now, even though he played in the Ubers, this just has to be a charity salary. I always flame this guy for being a Mickey Mouse player, and he is still getting these charity salaries. Like, seriously, I need to point out the fact that he wasn't even shown in the Manshine match. He didn't play, and he still got a salary for that game. This might just be Igaguri 2.0. He's simply here for the second goalkeeper role and no other reasoning. I'm gonna be honest though, in what world do we put this guy over Gagamaru? Even if Gagamaru gets injured, we've literally seen this guy only block 1 goal in his whole life, and that was Rin trying to make a hard goal. Putting Ryu in goalkeeper with his long legs would be more helpful. So yeah, that's a Mickey Mouse salary, but we're moving on to our number 21 spot. Raichi is here with a 27 million salary. This is a 9 million increase. He worked with some players, got some 1-2s, and blocked Tokimitsu mainly. Our final 2 players for the top 23. Number 22 is Kiora Jin with a 26 million salary. Now, make it make sense. How did he get this high with 1 assist? I'm not even joking. Kiora only did that in this game. Most of the game was a Scooby-Doo mystery trying to find out where Kiora went. So I would say this is Mickey Mouse. I did kind of expect him to make it. I mean, it was a pretty good assist, but bro, 26 million for it. I don't know. He did make it in this 1 game though, so good for him. And for our last player, there is a big name I haven't mentioned yet. Of course, I'm talking about Igaguri. Nah, I'm joking. Nagi Seishiro hasn't been mentioned yet, so is he the number 23? You probably have heard the news or already know by now, so I'm gonna give it to you straight. At the number 23 spot is not Nagi, but Nanase with a 25 million salary. With Nagi placing at number 24 with a 24 million salary, which means Nagi is eliminated from BLUELOCK and not playing for the Japan U20. When I tell you the world was shocked by this, I literally mean it. This quite literally rivaled a certain other white-haired character's death. The exact same thing. There was so many people talking about it. Nagi fans around the world, their tears can be heard. Wow, they really pulled the trigger and eliminated one of the biggest fan favorite characters. But I'm here to just talk about the salaries. I'll cover Nagi in my next video, but let's talk about the last player, number 23, Nanase at 25 million. If I'm being honest, I can kind of see this and I kind of don't. He got 9 million and he actually put up a good performance for the start of the match. However, once Rin went into destroyer mode, he did everything solo and barely needed Nanase's help. In the chapter, even Nanase looked shocked that he made it. If that doesn't tell you his salary is a little fraudulent, then I don't know what will. I like Nanase though, so I'm okay with it. If you need to remove one of the bums, you either get Kiora or Fukaku out and not Nanase. But yeah, Nagi at number 24 means he is not in the safe range for the U20 lineup. He dropped 16 million from his performance in the last game. There is some logic behind this. He got outshined by a newly awakened Reo. Chigiri is Manshine's best player, so they rather bid on him, and he failed his attack for the last goal. Now, I don't think this will be the last we see of Nagi, but I'm genuinely still shocked. In fact, I'm making this video right after I reacted to the chapter. It's actually over for Nagi. Again, I'll talk more about my thoughts on Nagi in a separate video, but there are some other eliminated players to list. Tokimitsu got eliminated to nobody's surprise, and this fraud is finally gone after doing absolutely nothing in the PXG game. From top 3 to putting the fries in the bag, a speed run that will never be beat. RIP Tokimitsu. Igaguri is also confirmed to be eliminated. Now, all these eliminated characters besides Nagi, we don't know their salaries, but we know they got eliminated. Sad to see him go, one of my favorite comedy relief characters, but yeah, it makes sense. He really only had 2 fouls, but I still think he'll sell some hot dogs in the Blue Lock stands. Hajime Nishioka or Aomori's Messi has been eliminated too. The mysterious player who kept on surviving in Blue Lock is now gone, which tells you how serious the U20 World Cup is. Lastly, the Iron Wall Quartet besides Aiku was eliminated, so Neo Kazuma, Dairai Miroku, and Neru Tepe, as well as Hiragi from Episode Nagi and Wanima from the first selection. I gotta mention him too. Wakatsuki is eliminated. I've had a strong hatred for this character, and this useless guy is finally out. Everyone else is kind of just background fodder characters. We could really care less about them. But yeah, that wraps up our top 23 players and every eliminated character. I'm super hyped to see where Blue Lock goes next now. I know there was a lot of shock with people making it and people being eliminated, so let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. While you're down there, you might as well hit the subscribe button for more Blue Lock content, and if you watched to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.